guys hear that? That's the sound of cars back out onto the track for Wednesday night lights. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. My name's Colton Boston. I will be your host and commentator here tonight. Wednesday night lights has been back after 2 weeks of break. We are here and we are better than ever. Brand new media things happening, so I'm very excited to have you guys on board here tonight. We have all these drivers all back and all good, all ready to go. So, all these guys in here to win it. When we talk about winning, a driver that has to come to mind, Ethan Hudson. He's in the session, not out on the track yet. He is leading in both the point standings, and he has won every race but one this entire season in both series. So, big congratulations to him for winning all these, but it's going to be tough to win here today with the likes of Arthur J. Hurley coming back. Turbo is back with us here tonight, and Cody McCoy. We know he knows how to run these late models, or sorry, these street stocks. It's been that long. Um, so we know he's great, and we know that he can get a fast time down. And talking about fast times, he has the fastest. Robert Modzlowski, he's back in here in the number 17, 3/10 off. Where can he get the time back on McCoy? We see a bit of a battle here in practice. McCoy, Hurley, Modzlowski, your top three. Here comes Ethan Hudson. Recently, the iRacing Global Series have partnered up with Hudson Photography, so that title you see here today, well, that photo is taken by him, and most of our photos that we will use are taken by him, so massive props to the driver number 30. As you see, McCoy was able to get by Modzlowski. Hurley, he's getting some laps in. It's 2/10, the gap between first and second. Can Hudson bring that gap back down? Oh, he'll get into the tires. Oh, there goes McCoy too. He's popping a wheelie once more. 5 more minutes of practice, so he's gonna have to get some laps turned if he wants to try to go top of the charts. He goes 2/10 under McCoy. Seems like McCoy's got a few laps under his belt. 20, almost 24 done in this session. He'll pull it down. He'll get off the track. There is Arthur Hurley in the 44. Glad to have him back. Let me get my trading paints on so schemes can actually be loaded. So let's ride on board. Let's ride on board for a lap with Arthur Hurley. And you can just see how easy it is to get the car onto the tires, and well, you can see just how hard you have to throw it around the corner. And even when you do that, it's still difficult to avoid those tires and also be faster than everyone else. Ethan Hudson coming around to set his second time of the day. He'll go second fastest, 600ths off of McCoy. So it goes McCoy, Hudson, Hurley. That's your top three, the Triple H's. We got to start calling them the triple threat because every time we're in a street stock race and all three of them are in it, we have some of the best racing we've seen all season. Modzlowski setting a couple of his laps in the 4C. Sorry, that's McCoy in the 4C. I thought I was on Robert, but I guess not. So, Cody McCoy in the 4C. On the leaderboard, it's going to show you in the 13. Here's Ethan Hudson in his 30. Arthur J. Hurley in the 44. Turbo. And Robert in the 17. So, all these guys, these are your driver lineups for today. 4 drivers here for this street stock race, and I think we should have this or more for the late models. Very excited for that. Here's Hurley getting some lap times down. He'll get into the tires. A bit of a bumpy ride for him. Back into 1 and 2. You have to get it really turned in, really rotated for this car to be fast here. Hudson's still 600s back. Can he find any more time on McCoy? Track's going to reset after this. Otherwise, they are free with the track up until the checkered flag of the feature, and then we'll get into the late model. So quite a lot of track development could happen here tonight. I'm really excited to see what lines will be ran, not only in the street stocks, but these late models can run the bottom, I know, really well. As you see Turbo, he'll take a bit of a ride into the pit lane. Hard hit to that wall. Here goes Hudson. He's out on one of his fast laps. McCoy Will that lap stay? Will Hudson be able to beat it? Will Hurley be able to beat that lap? What about Robert? Will that lap stay until practice is over? Will Cody get the fastest lap in practice? Hudson will cross the line, his last of 15.4, so it won't be as good that time by. I think you can see they're starting to move right up on that cushion. Hudson gets into the wall there. But you can see they're really kind of moving up the track in 1 and 2. And so I'm really interested to see how that will change and how that will develop during the race. It's 30 laps here, so the race distance actually shortened. 40 was just a little too much in my mind, so race distance shortened to 30 heats, shortened down to 8. The late models will run 10 lap heats with a 40 lap feature. Geez, I cannot talk. It's been so long since we've done this. 2 minutes left for these drivers. Hudson, his last time going to a 15.43. McCoy's last time a 15.29. Here goes McCoy. He's out, starting his 31st lap of the night. Just in front of him, Arthur. He's on his 24th, coming to close his 25th, and looks like he just lost it in the middle of the corner. He'll park it down to the inside there.
Hey, you might refresh your paint.
Yeah, I'll refresh the paints. Just spam the button for a while.
Man, this wheel is on its last limbs, and all it does is turn. The buttons don't work.
Yeah, these schemes aren't reloading, by the way. So, I mean, I've re-downloaded them a couple times. I can press the re-download button.
Control R.
Hmm?
I hit Control R to redo mine.
Yeah, no, that's what I've been hitting. It just hasn't done it.
I was gonna say, because I am in my 13 car. I don't know why you think my 4 car.
Okay. Yeah, sometimes trading paints just doesn't update fast enough. Sorry about that one. 20 seconds left.
My 4 car is my replica of my real car, though. So.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know you raced in real life.
Yep, I took third Saturday.
Congratulations on that. As practice is over, Cody McCoy in the 13, he will get the fastest time of the session. Ethan Hudson not too far back, but now this track is going to reset for the final time here tonight for the street stocks, and we get into qualifying. These drivers will have 4 laps. We'll probably see their fastest be on their second. Hurley, he's trying to get out onto the track. We can just see them come out of the pits there with this camera all the way on the entrance into 3. And look at how high they can run now. No marbles up the track. What will they be able to do here? Here goes Hurley to start his lap through 1 and 2. What will be able to do in 3 and 4? Trying to get the car to rotate. He'll get a good exit off of 4. Coming across the line. Will anybody else be able to get a good lap? Robert, he's also out there on his laps. McCoy is sitting in the pits, it looks like. Hurley setting a 15.36. Will it be any good for Robert? No, he's 3 tenths back on that one. Arthur in his second lap. Cody finally getting out onto the track. Hudson still not a sight from him. Let's take a look at McCoy. He was fastest in practice. How can he do on this brand new track surface? You can really almost run anywhere up to the wall here, but the question is which one is going to be the fastest. Here comes McCoy around the bottom, 1 and 2, entering 3. This 4C car, replica of his in real life. Got third Saturday, so big congratulations to him, and congratulations to him for taking provisional pole on his first lap, almost 2 tenths faster than Hurley, coming across the line this time by Hurley, Mazowski, both of those cross the checkered. So McCoy, he is still going around. Jaden Lapp getting into the session. 5 drivers here tonight. McCoy, getting pretty close to the wall there on that lap, a lot higher than we have seen. Normally his best time of 15.04. Hudson 8 tenths back on his first. What can he set on his second? Here comes McCoy coming through 3 and 4 to cross the checkered flag. His fastest of 15.04. Here goes Hudson. He'll go third fastest. Looks like he'll want to reset his car, get some brand new tires on this one. Try to set a new fastest because in this new update, tire wear is a thing, but I also think just with a new fresh set of tires, you will set a faster lap most of the time. He'll get it right up against the wall, trying to build momentum down the front stretch. He'll go, starting his third lap of the night. Talking about lap, Jaden getting into the session. He is on my timing board. There goes Hudson around 3 and 4. Exiting turn number 4. Where will this lap put him? He'll get against the wall, trying to set a new flyer. He'll back out of it. 200ths was the gap between him and McCoy. And here is Jaden Lapp in the number 2. He will try to set a fast one. Into 1 and 2 he goes. Looks like the car might understeer just a bit. Down the backstretch into 3. He has 4 laps to set a flyer. Where will this one put him? He didn't see him in practice, so this track state might be a little new. He'll go fourth. 2.28 back from McCoy. I'm feeling a really good battle between McCoy and Hudson here tonight. I don't know about you guys, but this is going to be good. Hurley could also be in that mix. Lap, he's really taking it high on the exit of turn number 2. We haven't really seen that line being ran today. Will that find any extra speed? He'll come through 3 and 4. Moment of truth this time by 15.62. Lap exiting turn number 2. Coming into 3 and 4 for the final time. He'll see the checkered flag this time by at the line. Will this one be any good? 15.26. So that will be a new fastest time, but it won't steal third or second or even pole. So qualifying is over for these 5 drivers. Checkered flag has been put out, and we are ready to get going here tonight. Heat race number 1, Cody McCoy will take pole. Keep in mind, guys, 5 drivers in here. All 5 will get points here tonight. So this will be good for the point standing. Levi Leip, he's second in points. He's not going to be able to make it, and I believe he's still tied. Yes, he's still tied with Cody McCoy, so McCoy should be able to pull out a gap between him and Levi Leip in the points after tonight. McCoy lining up on the front row. Everybody's lined up, and they have taken their spot on the grid. McCoy, Hudson, that's going to be your front row, and we'll get the grid up once they get rolling. Now that they're rolling, let's go ahead. Let's get the grid. Starting first, Cody McCoy in the number 13 with the almost 15 flat. Starting second on the outside. We've seen his name plenty of times in the victory lane. Can he get there today? That's Ethan Hudson driving number 30 from the Virginias. Starting third from the West, Arthur J. Hurley in the 44. He won the first race of the season. Can he win again? Starting fourth from Ohio, Jaden Lapp in the 25. And starting fifth from New Jersey, Robert Mazowski in the 17. So a lot of drivers all ready to go racing here today. Let's get the sounds bumped up just a little bit for you guys. At least try to before they get going. Coming to the start-finish line. Green flag is out into the air for these street stocks. And we are back racing here at Cedar Lake. Down into turn number 1 and 2. McCoy will lead them through the field. Entering 1 and 2. Hudson just a little back behind Hurley. And Lapp going at it for third. Lapp trying to get that outside line to work. Hurley's going to stick to the bottom. Lapp really getting it into the corner, but Hurley able to clear himself off of 2. Maybe no. I think he might have, but the running conditions between all these drivers are just so close. It's so hard to tell when you are clear, but what's not close right now is the gap between McCoy and Hudson, almost half a second. So McCoy able to pull out just a bit, but Hudson could easily get that back, I think. as these guys all pretty even spaced out. Here comes Hudson getting a bit of a run on McCoy. The battle for third is still in with Hurley and Lap. McCoy will slide up in 1 and 2, and that's going to open the gap for Ethan Hudson to close in. Ethan Hudson's going to make contact, and he's around. Stop car on the racetrack. That will throw out the yellow flag in heat race number 1. So we will go back green with 4 laps to go, but caution will come out. Ethan Hudson will make contact with Cody McCoy. That'll bring out the caution. Don't know if there's any damage to the car. It looks like there might be a bit under the car. Maybe, maybe not.
I'm waiting on the pace truck. My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to hit you, Bubba.
So we have all the cars waiting for the pace truck to come out to catch the field. There it is. Let's get a replay on what happened with Ethan Hudson. Let's watch from his cockpit. Looks like he just got into the corner. He sees McCoy move up just a bit. He gets it down into the corner. Looks like McCoy might have gone down on him, but that's a tough place to get stuck, and I think you can hear something break there. But yeah, it's very tough to tell in the driver's point. It looks like McCoy just came across his bumper. He didn't know, and McCoy ended up making it out of there. Ethan Hudson having to pay the price.
I didn't know you were under me. My hip bad guy.
McCoy apologizing over the radio. The pace truck still out. Looks like it'll make its breakaway. Green flags back out here at Cedar Lake, and we are back racing. McCoy, Hurley getting it down into 1 and 2. Hurley's going to get up the track. That opens up the gap for Lap. Lap's going to get down to the inside. Hurley's into the wall. Turbo falling back into third. Lap into second. Will Turbo try to get down to the inside? Yes, he will. Back into 1 and 2. You see the battle for fourth back there. Lap really trying to make the high side work. Hurley's going to go back over to crossover move from Lap. He'll clear himself down the backstretch and into 3 and 4. He will have that spot clear of Turbo. Turbo not too far back, only 2/10 back. The gap between second and first is almost a second, so McCoy has pulled away with this heat race, but he will get into the wall off of 2. He's running that high side, trying to get the run. That lost him a lot amount of time, but white flags in the air, only 1 more lap around. Your top 3 currently, McCoy, Lap, Hurley. Hudson after a tough heat race. Here goes Lap down to the inside, trying to steal the heat race win. But coming out of 4, it'll be McCoy that gets this one. So McCoy gets 5 points, Lap will get 4, Hurley gets 3. Robert will get 2 points, and Ethan Hudson getting 1 point off the heat race tonight. He's starting all the way back there in 5th. It'll be a tough one for him to get back up to the front. Ethan Hudson, he's going to have to work his way back up to the front, but luckily he has such a points advantage over everyone else. I think he should be fine, although we only have 1 more race here left in the season. After this, these guys will head over to Lima Land for their last race. Everybody lined up on the grid, 30 laps here tonight at Cedar Lake. The late models coming up next. Let's run you through the grid before they go ahead and get started here. Sorry, let me hide that. Starting on pole, Cody McCoy is your heat race number 1 winner. Can he win the feature here tonight? Jaden Lap out of Ohio, and the number 25, he will start on the front row as well. Arthur J. Hurley in the 44. He'll start second row inside. Can he get his second win of the season? Robert Modzowski starting 4th. He'll able to go up 1 spot in that heat. And starting last, involved in a wreck in the heat race, Ethan Hudson. He'll have a bit of work to do if he wants to win this one here today. It'll be interesting to see if he can work his way up through the field. This is the pace truck. We'll get off the track this time by. Coming to the green flag here, Cody McCoy, Jaden Lap, who will get the win here tonight. Bumping and banging from Hurley. Green flag is back out, and we are racing here at Cedar Lake. Hurley gets to the inside of Cody. He'll get a bit sideways. He'll keep it going, and somehow he will maybe stay in the lead going through 1 and 2. Lap around the outside of McCoy. They'll make contact down the front stretch. McCoy will get it in deep down to the inside, right to eye the tires. Lap trying to drive it around the outside. He'll have the runoff corner exit. McCoy still trying to keep it down there on the inside through 1 and 2. Lap right on the marbles there, right up against a tiny little bit of cushion, and Lap will lead lap number 3 in this one. McCoy almost getting to that bumper. Ethan Hudson, his front into the air, looks like he got into the tires. He'll get a bump jump from behind. Here goes Hurley down to the inside of McCoy. McCoy started from the lead. He's in second, possibly falling back into third. Depends what Turbo does and how fast he is. And you see Lap running along the high side. This is not what I thought we would see here today at the very start of this one. There goes Hurley taking a look down to the inside. It's neck and neck, so close between these drivers here. McCoy running in second. Can he do anything on Jaden Lap? Or will Lap get his first win of the season in the street stocks? Hurley will get into the wall a bit back. That'll really hurt him. Ethan Hudson able to hold up with the pack after almost going into the air earlier. His front doing it off the tires. Hudson really closing in on Hurley. What can Hurley do to defend? 25 laps to go. And the battle for the lead has only gotten closer. McCoy able to reel in Lap just a little bit, but will it be enough? Look at Hudson. He's getting a really nice corner. Hurley will overcorrect up the track, and Ethan Hudson will slide into third. McCoy gaining on Lap. 10th that lap. What can he do this time? You can see the gap between Hudson and second. It's a bit big. He's going to have to close that one in. But second and first, that gap, not big at all. McCoy, he'll close that in another 10th that lap. What does Lap need to do to start pulling out the gap? What does McCoy need to do to reel him in even more? McCoy running a bit high. I think Hudson's finally figuring out what the line is as he is able to pull in just a little bit more and more every lap. And he could be in the mix for this one here tonight. Lap and McCoy, they're going at it. Hudson now in the picture. You see McCoy taking a look down to the inside. Won't work this lap. He's there in 1 and 2 on exit. Looks like he'll be there on entry. Jaden Lap trying to make the high side work. Cody McCoy will want to make the inside work. Will he be able to? 19 laps to go. McCoy down to the inside, down the backstretch. The 2, Jaden Lap gets a bit loose. There's contact into 3. McCoy trying to get the inside to work. Here's Ethan Hudson. He's here and he wants this lead. Lap trying the outside. McCoy trying the inside. This has been going on for a bit of a couple laps. I think the track is really dialed in right now. As here goes Lap right on the outside. He'll squeeze McCoy down to the bottom. And they are bumper to bumper from first to third. 17 laps to go in this one. Incredible racing by these drivers. McCoy taking it right back down to the inside. He'll have the lead into 3 just barely as Lap still trying to make the outside work. There's contact. They'll shoot up the track. Lap is into the wall and McCoy down on the inside of Ethan Hudson. The driver, the number 30, has won every race but one this season. Can he win this one? Still side by side into 3 and 4. Halfway there. 15 laps to go this time by. Ethan Hudson, your new race winner. Jaden Lap into the wall. He's around. Caution will fly. We will restart this race with 15 laps to go. And Lap has towed it to the pits. It's the first caution of the night.
Looked like he turned up the track into him.
Let's take a look what happened. Jaden Lap.
I need to turn down my force feedback. It's way too high right now.
Cody McCoy, you can see him and Hudson battling. He gets into the wall in 3 and he'll keep it up there. What looked like it could have been a winning night for him will end him up into the pits as we are under caution right now. Great racing by all these drivers here tonight. 15 more laps around in the street stocks. We get to the late models, and those things are crazy fast. Jaden Lap still in the pits. We'll see if he can get out onto the track before we will go green. Hurley in the 44 Turbo. Saw him in the first race. After that, we didn't see him for a while.
Time's left, boys. We're 1 to green right now.
McCoy. He's in second. Hudson's in first. Robert taking it into the pits. As you can see him coming out. Lap. He's also making it out of the pits, so everybody making it out here. Maybe not catching up to the pack, but they will be here. There's Robert. McCoy, he's sliding it in. Green flag is back out into the air. The pace truck will race off the field, and here comes Turbo down to the inside of Cody McCoy. You see the 2 and the 17 battling further back. Turbo is going to take second. McCoy looks like it could have been a winning night for him, too. He's back in third. I wouldn't count him out, though. But Ethan Hudson has clean air, clean dirt in front of him. He's looking at his odds right now. 13 laps to go. Turbo's into the wall off of 2. McCoy trying to get the outside to work. Looks like he might be able to peek to the outside of Turbo. Turbo's going to block that off, cover it. Here comes McCoy around the outside. He'll have the run on Turbo down the backstretch. Turbo back into the wall. McCoy's going to dive it down deep, trying to avoid him, trying to get the peak down into 3. Hudson's going to cross the line 7. 10 is the advantage. 2 seconds between first and fifth, sorry. Modzowski in 5th lap, making his recovery drive up to 4th, as you see McCoy taking a look down to the inside of Hurley. 10 laps to go. McCoy really trying to get that higher side to work. Hurley, he's able to kind of block all around. Hudson in first. Could he add this one to the win list? Hurley in second. Could he take that one away? Here's the battle for third. Oh, Turbo's into the wall off of 2. That's going to open the gap for McCoy. McCoy's giving him the bumper all the way through 3 and 4. That opens the gap for Lap. What can Lap do? Into 1 and 2. They're right up on that cushion up against the high side. It's Hurley still in second. McCoy in third, and Lap peeking into a top 3 here tonight. And Hudson's going to get loose off the front stretch. That's going to open the gap for Hurley to go down below. This is a great race. They're 2 by 2, 2 rows back. Hudson trying to get back down to the inside. Ethan battling with Arthur. Who is going to get the win of this one? 6 laps to go. Hudson doesn't only have to worry about the battle for the lead. He has to worry about Cody McCoy to his inside. Into 3 and 4. There they go. Hudson, McCoy, they're going at it. We saw them front row in the heats. Now they started first and last in this feature. Well, they're back up battling for second. Robert slow in the back will keep it green. 5 laps to go, coming to 4. Hudson taking a look down to the inside of Turbo. What can he do these next couple of laps to try to secure his win? Hurley will, on his first return race, will he be able to come back and maybe try to put up a fight against Hudson in the points? There's the battle for third. Lap McCoy. Big battle there for third. McCoy on the high side. Lap down on the bottom. We saw Lap maybe going to win this one. He had an incident that pretty much set him back quite a bit. McCoy still trying to ride it out on the high side. Hudson trying to gain time wherever he can. Hurley trying to pull away and find time wherever he can as well. Oh, a couple feet's the distance between the back bumpers. They're coming to the white flag here. This is going to be a good one for the win. Battling side by side for third, further back. The battle for the lead is on. Ethan Hudson, he'll get it down to the bottom. It's a shorter distance. He'll slide up and pull a slider on Arthur J. Hurley. What is Arthur going to do? Down into 1 and 2. He's going to get to the bottom. Hudson's going to slide up. They're bumping and banging off of 4. Turbo driving into him, into the wall. It'll be Hudson winning it 400ths ahead of Lap. What a finish. You see they're bumping, banging after the checkered flag. Ethan Hudson will add this one to his win list, and he will get the points that he needs to maybe just secure those $10 for the end of the season. Ethan Hudson will park it down here in the infield in victory lane. So what a finish that one was. I could not think of a better way to finish this one. Ethan Hudson, early incident in the heat race, and he has won the feature. Another race after this, the late models will come on. Ethan Hudson getting invited up here. It has been a crazy race for him. Started from the back, ended up winning it, bumping and banging off the last corner. Tell me, how did you do it?
Holy cow, man! What a race right there, really. Glad to be back. That's crazy. I have zero practice in these cars. I was going to throw up a few hosted races, get a little bit of practice, but I have no practice in these here, and these things are really tight for the new update. And we just kind of had some bad luck all around. Wish we could have qualified a little bit better. Just tried to figure out these things in practice, and then going in qualifying, just kind of tried to stick it where it wouldn't push, and we just got a decent qualifying lap under us. Would have been a little bit better if we went quick time there, but we took second, started outside front row in the heat, and just got caught up in some bad luck right there. And I know Cody probably didn't mean to, but whenever you're racing for money like this in leagues, you just got to be extra careful. You know, especially me, I try to drive extra careful, but at the same time, I try to drive hard too in these league races, especially when there's money involved. So I'm kind of lost for words, to be honest with you. That was just a crazy race. Started in the back of the A, and then I kind of just rid behind the leaders right there. I was trying to find the line, and then once me and Arthur started battling right there, I think it was for third. I got past him, and then I just tried to start searching and searching and searching, and we finally found kind of the middle. Over rotated the car so it wouldn't push, and we started catching Jaden and Cody, and we just had a really fast race car right there. So we started catching them, and then I was riding behind them, and I really didn't want to make a move because the top wasn't fast. It was kind of just on the bottom, so I didn't want to make a move on them. And way they was racing each other, I kind of knew they was going to get into it a little bit sometime. I know Cody and likes to race hard, and I know Jaden, especially him. I know he ain't a big fan of these street stocks, so if he can get a win, he takes advantage over it. If he can try to get, if he's leading, he's going to try to keep it out front. So I know they was driving really hard. I was just trying to cruise behind them, and then lucky enough, they made a mistake. They touched and kind of split them. I kind of scared me right there. Once they wrecked, I kind of split them three wide, went through the middle, and just kind of made a good move right there. And then once we passed Cody, we kind of just stuck it on the middle and kept riding and riding and riding, just kind of getting feel for it. And then whenever we got that yellow, it kind of hurt us there, and we got the yellow. We was leading a good bit, and then I got the car over. I guess a USA moment there. Got the car way too over rotated right there in 3 and 4, and I got in the tires, and that kind of just ruined it right there. We got in the tires, and then um, Arthur caught up to us, and I know Arthur was probably had way better tires than us, I would say, and I was driving as hard as I could. Once I got in the tires, Arthur came up, and I know he had probably a lot fresher tires, and then we battled with him, and right there, I knew I had a car to beat him right there. I had a fast car, and there's not a lot of passing here whenever it's on the bottom like that, so I was close enough right there in white flag, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try something. If it don't stick, I guess it don't stick. I thought I wasn't going to catch Arthur, but I threw it in there, and he went higher than I expected. I was going to go door to door with him coming out of two. That's what I was expecting to do, but I guess he went higher than I thought. The car slid up, and I kind of just pulled a slider right there. I really wasn't going to pull a slider. I was just trying to go door to door with him, trying to get low. But we pulled a slider on him, and I may have parked it on his nose a little bit. And we kind of just parked. I guess we pulled a slider. I don't know if it parked it on him or not. And then we kind of just down the back straight away. I knew he was going to try to do something on the bottom right there in 3 and 4. I knew he was going to give it back to me probably because I know he likes to race hard. And like I said, whenever it's money on the line, you want to race as hard as you can in these things, man. It's crazy. But then right there coming out of 4, we were door to the door. I left him enough room. I on purposely I slid up the track in 3 and 4 to give him room so he wouldn't get in the tires and ruin his race. So I gave him enough room, and we just what a finish, just door to door right there to the finish, man. That was a great race. 0.051. Right there. That's an awesome race. Whenever you get the race like that, it's always good. Hopefully Arthur ain't mad at me, man. I didn't really want to pull a slider on him, but I guess he went high enough where it stuck, and I guess hard charger for the night. Started to the rear, drove her up, and just what a race here. That's probably the best street stock race I've raced in a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, you're going into 3 and 4. It's for the win. You know you've won every race but one this season. You're trying to add another one, and you see that 44 in your mirror going into 3 and 4, peaking down low. What's going through your mind?
Yeah, I mean, man, whenever I've won these things, especially starting in the back, it's really hard because I knew I used my stuff up, and I knew Turbo or Arthur had way better tires than me, and I was kind of thought whenever he was leading me around, I kind of thought, it's I lost, I burnt my stuff up. I'm not winning again, but we was close enough to strike on that white flag lap and coming out of four. I was like, I looked over to my left and I had him by a bumper, and I was like, if I just keep it pinned and he don't wreck me, I think we may be able to pull this one out. So once I let him enough room, once I went into 3 and 4 and I pushed up to give him enough room, I kind of knew that he was going to be there. And then whenever I looked left, it was just a drag racing line, and I held her wide open, and whatever happened happened, and we was able to come out up on top.
Yeah, and I mean, we've talked about it. You've won every race but one. How well do you think your odds are for winning this championship and winning the $10?
Man, I really hope so. I don't think I've ever won money on iRacing before. I know I've been in a lot of leagues, but I really don't focus on money racing a whole lot. And especially with the $20 thing coming up, we got the UMP money thing, and is it $10 to win late models and street stocks championships? Is that what it is?
It's 10 for each, so if you won both, you'd get
Oh
20.
wow! See, now that's the thing, man. We're gonna be on our toes here. I posted this morning. We're ready. It's focus mode for us, especially for me. It's focus mode. You got to focus up now. And whenever there's money on the line, and whenever you're leading points for late models and street stocks, and it's 10 each, I mean, you got to be really focused in these things. But you see a lot of these guys race for 6,000. 6,000 is like $20 to me, I guess you should say. But nonetheless, hopefully we can make us some money off this. We're definitely going to be on focus mode, and it was a heck of a race tonight at Cedar Lake. Maybe the late models can be a little bit better.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about, you're leading, everybody's in focus mode. Coming up with the late models, those things are so much faster compared to these cars. A split second can be the decider of the race. How important is it for you to have such a good reaction time going into late model races?
Late models are just kind of my thing, which I've told everybody. I've told Jaden and Arthur. I hate the new update with a passion. I really do. I don't like the new update whatsoever. At least I don't like the tunes on the cars. That's the only thing I don't like. I do not like the tunes at all. The tire wear and the track surface. I'm a big fan of all that. I love that. I love the tire wear. It's probably my new favorite thing in iRacing. But the tunes I hate, especially with the street stocks. I'm not really. I need more practice in them. In the late models, man, I cannot drive a late model with a setup. It has to be fixed set for me to drive it, and that's what I don't like. I need to go over and get me some setups. Maybe if we win this championship, that'll happen. Go over to EPI and get us some late model sets. We'll see how that goes. But man, I just don't like the late models. But not with the new update. I used to be a big late model guy. Now I run a lot of the big block 358 cars. I'm a big guy in that. In those, I run them a lot in hosted races. I ride them a lot. But late models, I just don't really like no more. Maybe if we win this championship, get some setups, that'll change. But we'll just find out. We'll drive our butt off here with the late models. I know Jaden and Arthur's really good. I know Jaden's looking for a championship also, but maybe we come out on top here with the late models. It's going to be elbows up, may get to the top. We'll just have to see how it goes, and hopefully we can carry this kind of speed all night.
All right, and anyone else you'd like to thank or anything else you'd like to say before we go ahead and get another person up?
Yeah, man, can't thank our guys enough at Elite Performance Industries. I was just talking about them, racecpi.com. If we win this championship, I'm definitely going to go over here and go over and get me some setups. Them guys help us a lot. EPI, Hooker Harness for keeping us strapped in the night. Hoosier Racing Tires, MPI, Weekend Warrior Designs. Aiden Bond Tempe, he did his first IRL scheme. He did a big block modified and a micro. So he does IRL paints and he does awesome iRacing paints. Man, he helps us a crap ton. He's my buddy, so sometimes he'll come around and give us free setups or free wraps. I mean, um, he helps us a lot. Also, coming on the late model side, special scheme show off, special wrap show off for the Wednesday night lights. 2.5 graphics, they helped us out with that. Excited to race that. You for putting it on, obviously, and iRacing Global Series for putting it on, and I guess Arthur for giving me a run for my money right there.
All right, thank you. And talking about Arthur, we're gonna see if he wants to come up here and kind of tell us his side of the story. Arthur, I mean, from up here, it was an incredible race. What was it like down there?
Oh, it was trash. Oh, I'm just kidding. We just gave Hudson a run for his money. At the beginning of the race, I didn't have anything because I have my force feedback pretty turned up, and the car wouldn't get rotated at all in the corners. So we just kept making mistakes there, and we couldn't get her down to the bottom to get a good line running. Tough. But then once I saw Ethan had to make a mistake in that one corner, I was like, well, we're gonna put this boy to the floor, and we went to the bottom in the straightaway and almost didn't even make the turn. We almost hit the tires entering that turn. It was scary. But it was a pretty fun race overall.
I mean, yeah, you're going into 3 and 4. You're going up against Ethan Hudson. What are you thinking going in 3 and 4, peeking down to the inside? Are you hoping you're not gonna slide up? What's going on?
You know, if someone knocked on my head, it would have been hollow. I wasn't thinking anything but just send it in there. And, we were darn. I didn't mean to hit him too hard. I almost spun him. I thought, I was like, oh, no, I didn't just wreck my buddy for the win now, did I? But, it was funny. It felt like a Talladega Nights finish or something like that. I don't even know. It was worth it. A good number second place finish. I can't be wrong with that, especially going against Mr. Lab and all the other boys out there that are decently fast.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a strong race for you. Just kind of walk us through the day and just kind of say, just kind of how was it down there going against all these other guys, and how did the track really change throughout the night?
It was at the beginning of the race. It was looking tough for me going third quick, not being able to see if I could get a fast lap because I had some black flags that I forgot to say I needed clear. So my overall best time wouldn't change. So I kept thinking I was running heater laps, but no, they weren't too fast. So then we went the qualifying, went first quick, and then sadly got our dreams crushed by Cody's first lap. Being back after the I-55 race where me and him had a little incident there, he was that was all up on my mind, trying not to race anyone too hard and or hit anyone, to ruin their night and stuff. And then we came to the heat race. Jaden Lab got past us there, and then that's when I just thought, oh well, we won't have nothing for these boys tonight, so we're just gonna tip her toe around her and just wait, be patient, and maybe try to get up to second. But then the main came around. We were leading five more lap to go, and it was getting tough. And once we got the lead, I started making too many mistakes, especially on that last lap. I hit the rut, and my force feedback was all the way up, so I just pushed up the track, and I couldn't get it down to the bottom to block the bottom from Hudson. And then we just decided to give her one last chance in that corner, and that's we got us a nice second place finish there. I know I won't be up there in the points no more because my wheel's been broke. That's why I didn't show up for the past two more races over there. Sadly, I got it fixed. The buttons don't work, so I have a controller that does all the tear offs and stuff. But overall, it was a good night.
Yeah, and I mean, you thought you didn't have a chance. You're going into white flag lap. You're going into one. I mean, did that add any more nerves?
Oh, trust me, it did, dude. I was shaking. My feet were shaking. I was like, "Calm down, buddy. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right." Then I saw Hudson slide me. I was like, "Well, you're not gonna be all right no more. Here's more stress." And I was like, "Oh well, here we go, last corner, and we're just gonna give it all."
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say, or anything else you'd like to thank
Um,
before we go on to the late models?
got a couple of little sponsors out there. Aiden Bon Tempe, he made my other couple raps. Well, at least one for my UMP. Um, this guy we might never hear again. Souse, he made the Streeter rap. You guys don't know them because they're from the other racing side that I'm always on. Hudson for giving a good race, and Mr. Jaden Lab for being the homie back in the Discord. Always hang out with both Ethan and Jaden Lab in Discord and spend all night talking to them boys. And that's probably really it.
All right, thank you. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started here with the late models here at Cedar Lake. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back in a couple of minutes. Welcome back to Cedar Lake Speedway, where tonight, Wednesday night lights, late models will hit the track, and they will be going around just like the 17. Robert Mazowski, he's in 17 Mustang, getting around this track pretty nicely. Street stocks are done. It's late model time. He'll set his first time. Looks like he'll get into the tires down there. It'll be a 14.26. So that is now broken. We're gonna reload it. Alright, so it looks like that wasn't fixed. It's all good. Just gonna reload it here really quickly. Okay, there we go. That should have fixed it. We're gonna have to fix something. Just give us one moment here, but we will get the tower back up. All right, here we go. Robert getting his laps in. He's currently top of the charts, 13.8. Guys, let's go back to what I did media-wise. Let's go back to the most recent video we posted on the iRacing Global Series TikTok. And I wanted to see if my lap time would hold up against these drivers. And well, my fastest time at 12.924. So far it's holding up. I don't know if that's going to last long, though, with the likes of Arthur J. Hurley and Jaden Lapp getting out onto the track. Ethan Hudson yet to make his appearance. Hurley, Lapp, they're both in the session, not currently out onto the track. Here is Robert. He just got into the wall off of 2. Here's Jaden Lapp exiting the pits in the number 25. We've seen him in every race, and it looks like he's got a new wrap on that car. Got a new wrap on that 25. Looks very different to his last one. This one now red, his last one bluish. He's out to set on his first lap. Very bumpy inside here for these late models. You can just see the entrance of the corner already being developed. He is hugging those tires on him. He'll go around, set his first time, and it'll be a couple tenths slower than Robert. My time also could have been in different conditions, so don't leave that out. Lap setting his time. Look at him. He's already moving up to the wall. He's 700s back. Drayden Lapp, the 2 car from last race. He'll get into the wall there. So. Hurley still yet to make a lap. Ethan Hudson yet to be in the session. As looks like he was going out and taking race pictures, so I can see that. What a finish from these drivers, really, really, what a race and what a season overall. Very happy about how this season has played out, and well, man, you guys have given me a lot of content to work with. Hozowski still holding his time top of the charts, 700s back. Jaden Lapp, Ethan Hudson now in the session. There he is. Looks moving just a little bit. Here's Hurley in the 44. We haven't seen this car in a while. Looks like he's blinking in and out. So Robert already taking 13 laps out on this track, and something new, this track will not reset here at Cedar Lake. We're going to see just how slick these drivers can get it. 40 lap feature, 10 lap heats, 7 more minutes to practice. I think some of these guys staying in watching some of their laps, others maybe not wanting to slick the track up too much. But here's Jaden Lapp in the 25. Looks like he's back in the car and he's ready to go. Same with the 17. Both these guys coming out at the same time. So these guys both out on the track same time. The 25, the 17. Car in second place, the car in first. Really good lap by Robert for him to keep up there in first. We saw him kind of more towards the back. Last race, has he been putting in a lot of laps here with the pro lates, trying to practice for this race? Lap will go fastest by 100th. So we could get some good racing in between these. Here's Ethan Hudson in the 30. New scheme for him. A lot of new schemes for these guys. We heard him talk about it in the post-race interview. This Chevrolet number 30 late model is looking very fast here tonight. What laps can he do with it? That's the better question. Looks like Modzowski getting off the track. Hudson 300ths off of everyone else. There is Hurley, I believe. No, that's 17, sorry. 17 Mustang getting out onto the track. Hudson still third. He's going to pull it down to the inside. Here's Robert. He's holding second. What can he do? As he gets into the wall off of 2. We've seen that just a little bit. Wonder how much that's going to impact him in the race if he does that in the race. And you can already see where it's starting to slick up on the entrance of 1. Let's ride on board the driver number 17 for a lap. Arthur Hurley saying he's having some internet issues. Hope to see him in here if he can't. It's nothing that he can really control, so. Lap, Modzowski, Hudson, your top 3. Robert getting the most laps in. Hudson on his 5th, coming to his 6th. Can he get himself better than 3rd?
My bad.
Hurley's in. The 44. He is in. And that late model is looking fast. Where can it go on the time charts? As he will cross the line to start his first lap here of the night. Something that I love about these late models is just how you have to drive them with the rear end getting up on the bar. It is so interesting just watching the throttle control, listening to it is just incredible. Hurley will go down to 4th, 2/10 off of everyone else, but I think he can definitely set a better lap. Coming around this time, 3 and 4, exiting 4, he'll cross the line. Where can he go? 700's back, guys. This field is close. Hudson will take the top of the charts as Lap will follow. Then Robert and Hurley will take 4th. Ooh, Robert hard into the wall out of 2. As we know that 17's fast. Question is can he keep it clean throughout the race? Here's Hudson really working the bottom here. He's your points leader. Not too far back in the points. Ooh, just heard someone get into the wall back there. Not too far back in the points. Jaden Lap only 8 points off. It is possible to close that gap here tonight and for Jaden Lap to be in the lead of the points. So Jaden Lap, we just talked about how he's 2nd in points. I mean, this can really, this can be a good night for him. He's just got to run very strong. And, I mean, Ethan Hudson can still win here tonight, and he can still get the championship out. Because these guys still have 2 more races after this. They have Limeland and Eldora, unlike the street stocks, which only have Limeland after this. So, it's very important. Sorry, let me get the audio turned down just a little. So, it's very important that these guys race to the absolute fullest, because this could be the difference between $10 and getting a champion role. As we see the 17 goes around, what happened to him? Looks like exiting 4, pushed it a little too hard, got into the wall, stayed up on there, went around entry of the pits, so that'll need a new 17. Hudson able to go a bit faster. His fast lap of 13.37. My track conditions had to be different whenever I set my 12.9. See Hudson going out just in front of Hurley. You can just see that these guys are not afraid of the other drivers, that they're not afraid if there's cars there. They're going to get it into the corner no matter what, no matter how much they squeeze him. Here's Hudson in the 30. What will he be able to do? This car having a bit of backstory, I think. Let me go back just a little. It's his dad's car that he's trying to get in next year, so it's great to see real life schemes. We already saw one here earlier today from Cody McCoy. This is the second one here tonight. Ethan Hudson, his dad's late model, or maybe, I'm pretty sure that's a late model in the picture, coming into iRacing. It's great to see that he is able to bring this car in. We're actually going to get a picture of that late model here up on the screen on the stream. So if you want to go ahead, take your attention to the screen. We're going to take that off really quick. This is the car that Ethan Hudson, at least the one that his dad ran, and this is the car that his scheme is currently based off of. So it's very nice to see this, and definitely have to ask him about it as practice will wrap up. He will go fastest in that number 30. Great to see him running his dad's car, but he's trying to get into it next season. So the scheme that we see now, that could be the scheme that some will see in real life. You see the 17 getting every little last drop of laps that he can get. Checkered flag will fly, and we will get into qualifying. 4 laps for these drivers, 5 minutes. Who will get the fastest? 4 drivers, 4 laps. Who will go to the top is the big question. Hurley, Robert, Jaden, Ethan. That's going to be your top 4. You can see Robert already out on his lap in the 17. He's trying to set a fast one. Green flag is out. Here he goes. Through 1 and 2, back into 3 and 4. He'll be the first one to set a lap. Will it go top? Will it stay at the top? That's going to be the big question. Because you also have Jaden Lapp out there on laps. Hurley, Hudson not out there yet. Lapp will take top by 200ths of a second. That 17 Mustang needs to get a good starting position here. He's fast, but to keep up with these guys and their pace, you got to be in front of them. Otherwise, they will just go right past you. So his time 600s back. Here's lap. White flag lap for both of these guys. 17 Robert coming out of 4. Set his last lap. He'll get the checkered flag this time by. Lap coming out of 4. He'll also get the checkered flag this time by. And Robert will set a new best time. He'll go above lap. But the guy that I think we're all asking about, Ethan Hudson, driving number 30. He is back out onto the track, and he is ready to go, ready to try to take pole away from Robert in 1 and 2. It'll be a nice, smooth transition onto the throttle out of there in the middle of 4 now. He'll try to get a good exit. Looks like the car might have gotten a little understeery, oversteery through 3 and 4. He'll go top of the charts, though. Quick time, 13.5. Good lap for Ethan Hudson. Everybody else already used up all their 4, so they're just kind of waiting for these guys to get their laps. Hurley still yet to set one. But what a time set by Hudson. He will go top of the time. I'm gonna bet he might have gotten little bit of practice in these. He will go top of the charts. Hurley yet to set a time still. We'll give him until the rest. Hudson, the orange Chevy, will take the checkered flag provisionally on pole. 44, yet to set a time. There he is. He's out onto the track. The 44 getting ready to set some of his faster times. The chrome number on that looks so good. It's that black, white, purple car gets out onto the track. He's trying to build momentum coming up to the lap. Green flag is out for Arthur J. Hurley. Minute 40 to set his fast time. Into 3 and 4 to set his first time of the night in qualifying. He'll cross the start finish line. 13.56, 400ths of the gap between the street stock race winner and the street stock second place. So not a lot separates them in either division. This time actually right here, very similar to the time where they crossed the line at the end of that race. So, I mean, man, that's gonna be one in the history books right there for sure. We could definitely have another one here tonight. Hudson, Hurley, they can still go at it here. The 44, the 30. Who will get pole here? We know that Hurley is fast in these late models. He's going to start his second lap this time by. Or sorry, his third. Wait. He's going to... Jeez, I can't think. Coming along this time by, white flag will be out in the air for him. 13.77 was his last time. Will he be able to set one any quicker this time by? Exiting turn number 4. Checkered flag in the hand of Barney. He will not be able to go any faster. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Hudson, is that it's way slower than when I set my 12.9. So we get ready to go green here. Could get there, but track slow, yeah. So we get ready to put these late models on here for 10 laps, and then that will set the starting order for the feature here tonight. 50 laps being ran by total 4 cars. 160, sorry, 100, 200 laps, sorry. Going to be individually ran tonight, so this track is going to get worn out pretty well. Hudson's going to be on pole. Once he gets in, these guys will all grid up, and there he is. Let's get ready for this heat race here tonight, starting on your grid. Last race winner, Ethan Hudson from the Virginias, driving the number 30. This paint scheme, tribute to his dad's late model. Starting in second, the 44, Arthur J. Hurley from the West. Almost 500ths was the gap between their 2 laps. 500ths the gap between last race, first and second between them. Starting third, Robert Modzlowski. Big improvement for him. Can he stay up here? Starting fourth, Jaden Lapp, almost 2 tenths back, driving number 25 from Ohio. And we see the 2 drivers right here where I think they might have the most, not drama, but they could easily, if it gets to it. Lapp, Hudson, these 2 fighting for the championship. 8 points back is Lapp. Ethan Hudson, 8-point lead, so it could be good. Hurley starting on the outside. Hudson on the inside. Your front row 4 cars here tonight. You see already the entrance into 3. Slick. The face truck's going to race off the track to avoid these late models. Ethan Hudson hits the gas. Green flag is out here at Cedar Lake. Hurley forced to run the top. Look at Lapp next to the wall. What a run he's going to get off of, too. And he's going to run right back up against that cushion. These cars so easy to upset. And the 17 will go around. Stop car on the track. Caution will come out within the first lap of the race. 10. So sorry. 9 laps to go, maybe 8. It's Hudson, the 30 car, your leader. Lapp will inherit second. And these guys are going to stop on the track, wait for the pace truck. Here they go. Hurley catching up to the field. Robert, he went around. Let's take a look at what happened. It's the heat race. He's down to the inside. He's fighting for second. These late models. Looks like a lap might have gotten into the 44, and it's so hard to tell what happened. Let's watch it from Jaden Lapp's perspective. I don't think Lapp got into him. If he did, net code. So these guys coming back to the green flag this time by lap on the outside, Hudson on the inside. 8 laps to go from when they go green, I think 7 at the line. All these guys ready. You can hear them revving up the engines as they get ready to fire off. Coming into 3 and 4. Green flag back out here as the pace truck will rush to get off the track. Lap trying to really get the use out of the high side here in the late models. He'll still be in second. Hurley back in third. As there is Lap trying to get higher than Hudson. Ethan Hudson, we saw him win last race. He's won every late model race. Can Lap dethrone him? This is the battle for the championship right here, guys. Lap, Hudson, they're going at it. Lap's going to go down low. He's trying to maybe throw a slider. No, he'll stay down low. He'll clear himself off of 2. Hudson going to take a look down to the inside. This is for the heat race, guys. Points still going to be awarded. Lap, he'll cross him over. He won't be able to clear him into 3. Now he will. He'll slide up the track. Hudson not able to slide up. And it'll be Jaden Lap leading. Ethan Hudson getting right back down to the bottom. He's going to slide up, throw a slider. He's into the wall in 2. And that'll give Lap a pretty decent lead. Jaden Lap in the 25, exiting turn number 4. He could get a win here tonight. We saw him strong in the street stocks, and well, we're seeing him be strong right now. He'll get up the track, barely tap the wall in 4, crossing the line this time by 3 laps to go for pole. And he will get 1 more point than Ethan Hudson. Right now, if it finishes like this, Lap would get 5, Hudson would get 4. And the points after this one will get good. Lap leading over Hudson by 8/10. Really using the high side. Wonder how much that's going to get used. Lap leading over Hudson by a second. You see the back corner panel of Hudson just in just a little bit. The lap, or sorry, as this field really spread out, 4 seconds from first to fourth. Coming through 3 and 4, Jaden Lap will be your heat race number 1 winner, and he'll get pole for the feature. Great win by him here tonight. That could kick off a very strong night and a very good battle for the championship here. This championship here for $10 for the late models. Hudson and Lap, these are going to be your 2 guys that are going to be going for it here. As let's take a look at the points. Hurley, 28 points. Hudson, 50. So Hurley's got quite a lot of points to make up if he wants to still be in this fight. Everybody gridded up, but Ethan Hudson. There he goes. Everybody on the grid, all 4 drivers. Let's take a look at this starting lineup here. Starting in first, Jaden Lap from Ohio, driving number 25. He drove from 4th to 1st. Can he keep it in first for this 40-lap feature? Starting second on the outside from the Virginias, driver number 30, Ethan Hudson. Starting third, Arthur J. Hurley from the West, driving number 44. And from New Jersey, driving number 17, Robert Modzowski. What a feature the first one was. Can this one be just as good? This one having a championship playoff battle in it. That'll only make it good, and you can already see how slick the track is getting on entrance, and you can see where the top has been good. We'll have 1 more pace lap around. I think these guys are really going to slicken out the top here tonight, this feature. Everybody's going to want to go up there. Question is, how many people are going to venture down to the bottom on this race restart? How many are going to try to build momentum on the top? Green flag is back out here. We are racing here at Wednesday Night Lights. Jaden Lap's going to slide up, clear himself across the front bumper of Ethan Hudson. Hudson going down to the bottom. He says that this is his thing, and right now he is currently leading lap number 1. Lap taking a look right back down to the inside. He'll slide up across his bumper. Hudson having to go right back down low. You see further back the battle for third. Closing in Hudson. Another crossover. Here comes Lap right back down to the bottom. Looks like he'll slide up. It's slider after slider here tonight at Cedar Lake in the late models. Hudson able to not let Lap slide him. And it looks like he'll get a really good exit. 3 tenths is the gap between him and Lap, sorry. As you see Lap really up against that wall. The dangers of running it, but the momentum that you can get is crazy, as look at how close he's getting in the corners. That momentum for sure helping down the front stretch. Look at the momentum on the high side. Hudson's going to go up to top to clear. Lap's going to go down the bottom. He's going to try to cross him. You hear somebody wrecking in the back. I believe that's Robert. Never mind. Somebody got into the wall. Hudson falling back into second, possibly third, as there goes Arthur taking a look down to the inside. Lap having a good lead of this one, and Hudson falling back to third. And guys, if it finishes like this, we will have a tie in points. So Ethan Hudson has to finish second or higher in order to have the championship lead still. And after hearing that, he's going to take a look down to the inside. He'll try to clear himself off of Hurley. These two went at it at the street stock race. I think they're going to go at it here tonight. 8 laps in, Hudson sliding across Hurley's front bumper. Let's ride it on board from what Ethan Hudson sees. You can hear the throttle control in the driver number 30. He's trying to dig it in deep. He can't get the car rotated in 1 and 2, it looked like. That's going to build a bit of gap between Hurley and Lap. Seems like if we have the camera curse here tonight, anytime we get on board with the driver, something happens. Here goes Hurley. He's taking the high side. Lap building that gap. Hurley getting into the wall off of 2. Hudson's going to slide up across. This is the battle to be tied in the championship points, I believe. Hudson, almost the back bumper of the 44. Hudson's going to go around across the front bumper of him. His suspension is broken. Caution will come out here tonight. And Ethan Hudson, he's leading the points going into this one. He's going to drive it back, get the fast repair used. We saw him go from last to first in the last one. He's going to drop back to last in this one. Big championship concerns for Ethan Hudson.
Hudson, I didn't hit you on my screen. It was fucking net code.
It's so hard for him. His tire off. That car not wanting to move. Doesn't look like he's going to give up, though. He's going to want to use that fast repair. It's better than the time wasted trying to tow the car.
Whenever I get parked on 2 people, nothing I can do.
Let's take a look at what happened. Yeah, it just looks like a bit of contact in between the two drivers. Hurley going across the front bumper of the 30. And just looks like a bit of contact. Not a great camera angle. Here it is. Hudson trying to move up. So difficult to tell if that was netcode or not. Let's go to a different camera. It's so close, but it does look like it is contact, but it's just hard racing from what I can see. Lights on the pace truck are out. They're entering 3 and 4. We'll get green this time by. Jaden Lapp leading Ethan Hudson back in last. We've seen him drive last to first. Can he do it again? Green flag is back out for Jaden Lapp, and he's going to clear himself across the bumper. The 44. 44 right back down to the bottom. Hurley trying to slide up in front of the 25. He can't. Hudson back in third. This is the battle to keep him in the championship lead, as Hudson's going to barely tag into the wall. Through 1 and 2 once more. Hudson running the high side. Hurley down there on the bottom. He's going to clear himself. Bit of contact in between the two drivers. Hudson down there on the bottom. They made contact before. Hudson just had to use his one and only fast repair of the night. Lap 15 out of 40. And Hudson and Hurley, they are going at it very hard. The 17 barely tapping the wall. Here goes Hudson right back down to the bottom. He'll slide right back up. He'll get a bit of a tap of the wall, and that'll let Hurley right back in front of him. He won't be able to clear him off of 4. He will into 1. Hudson really hard racing in between these two drivers here tonight, and that's just going to let Lap gain the lead. It'd be nice if Hudson could win this race, but it'd also be nice if Lap could win this race. It's really nice if anybody can win this race, but for Hudson specifically, it would be nice for him to get second or higher, so he would either be tied or leading the championship points. But right now, for Lap, I think Lap's saying, keep him behind you, Hurley. I want this championship And it looks like Hudson, he's not going to let that happen. He'll slide below Hurley, but Hurley, he's going to fight back down on the inside in a 1 and 2. 22 laps to go. Hurley's going to try to slide up. Hudson's going to get into the back. Hudson on the radio there for just a little bit. Maybe not too pleased with the 44. He's going to slide up in front of him. He gets into the wall. Ethan Hudson gets into the wall. That could have caused some damage to the number 30. Trying to pull a slider on the number 44. Did not work. 20 laps to go. And you can see how developed that high side has gotten. Lap, Hurley, Hudson. Top 3. So we've been green ever since the first caution. The gap between first and second, nearly 2 laps. Or sorry, 2 seconds, geez. We're focusing on the driver number 30, Ethan Hudson. He's your current points leader, but after this race, he might be tied or just under. 18 laps to go. And he has 17 laps to catch in, about a second to the car in front. Some drama could be caused after this one. The 44 trying to run down Lap. Hudson trying to run down Hurley. Lap hoping to get this win here tonight. In the 25. Looks like the gap between Hurley and Hudson has closed down to about 7/10 of a second. Hudson looking like he's faster. Hurley looking like he's just a bit slower. 2/10 is built between him and the leader since the last time we looked at it. And Hudson is on a hard charge now. Into one he'll go. 14 laps to go. He's closed this gap. 5/10. He'll bring it down. What a race it has been. But it's not over yet. 12 laps to go in this one. Hurley closed in on Lap just a bit. Hudson closed it on both. Robert Modzlowski. He's parked. Caution comes out.
That's what we needed, boys.
What happened to Robert?
Hudson, I wasn't trying to wreck you at all there.
Yeah, you was. Yeah, you was. We're money racers. Stop parking it on people. It's stupid.
I wasn't even trying to park it on you. I was wide open trying to throw the slider.
You don't need to be parking it on people when we're 15 laps into the race.
Yeah, I was definitely meaning to park it on you. I wasn't trying to.
You can hear the drivers talking with each other. As you see, the 17 just got into the wall. Kept it in it. That's what's going to bring out the second caution of the night. The displeasure between the 30 and the 44. You can hear it over the radio. Hudson, Hurley, the two H's, they've had a bit of a disagreement. And for Hudson to get this win, he's going to have to get past Hurley and Lap. So you can hear Mazowski, he's getting back onto the track. He'll join the rear end of the field. Pace lights are off. We're going to have 11 laps to go. What will happen here? Green flag is back out, and Jaden Lapp will have the control. Hudson's going to clear himself over the front bumper of everyone else. Almost getting into the back of the pace car they go. Jaden Lapp, he's going to run it up a bit high. Here comes Hurley down to the bottom. He's going to dive in deep. He gets on the tires. He's going to go straight. He's into the wall. He'll go around. Caution will come out for Arthur J. Hurley. Third caution of the night. And that'll let Ethan Hudson by. Ethan Hudson by Hurley. Jaden Lapp still your leader. What happened to Arthur? Looks like he just got a bit far down into the corner, got on the tires. Yeah, he just got on the tires. And when you do that, it really just doesn't let the car rotate, and he's heading directly towards the wall. He gets into the wall. Get a bit of a love tap from Lap. Hudson, you see him diving down to the bottom, trying to avoid that. Same with Robert. Let's watch this from the perspective of the 25 from the race restart. Heartbreak for the 44. He'll get back out onto the track. Hudson, high side, lap low. These are your two championship rivals right now. Green flag's back out. 10 laps to go here at Cedar Lake, and easily one of the best race tracks that we've had all season. Lap running the high side. Hudson running the high as well. See the battle back there between Hurley and Robert. Robert's going to slide up just in front of Hurley. Hurley's going to try bottom once more. This is the battle for third. Robert's going to get into the wall. Both these guys have used their fast repair, but a little bit further up, Hudson trying to run down the 25. The championship battle is on. See the battle back here for third. The 17, the 44, they're both going at it. But Hudson trying to run down lap. This is the battle we need to be focusing on in this battle. Is gonna get good. They are almost on each other's corner panels there through 3 and 4, 7 laps to go. Can Hudson drive it from the back to the first for the second time tonight? We heard the disagreements from Hudson and Hurley. Hudson, so close to the driver number 25. He's going to try to round off the corner, get a better exit than Lap. He's going to get it into to 1 and 2. He'll slide up across the front bumper. Lap taking it right back down to the inside. This could be the battle for $10, folks. Lap, slide it back up. Hudson trying to get a good rounded off exit. There he goes. He'll still be down to the inside. 5 laps to go here. Hudson sliding back up. It's another slider from Hudson. Lap crossing him right back on the bottom. He'll slide it up, and well, Hudson, he will not be able to get down, round off the corner like he has, but he will go down to the inside and 1 and 2. Pull a slider, and Lap will retake the lead down the backstretch. 4 laps to go, coming to 3. Lap gets into the wall. That's going to give the advantage to Hudson. Coming across the line, 3 laps to go here at Cedar Lake. Hudson slides across the front nose. Lap taking a look right back down to the inside. Lap still down there. Hudson on the top. Lap's going to clear himself, coming to the 2 laps to go. He's right back down to the inside. 1 and 2. Right up against the tires. He'll pull another slider. Lap able to get down to the inside, down the backstretch into 3 and 4. Lap's going to be able to pull a slider here. Hudson, he messes up his 3 and 4. That could have been it. Here goes Lap into 1 and 2. Hudson right back on, and that mistake really didn't do anything. White flag is still out, and that gap is not much. Hudson's going to need to throw something here. Lap's going to stay down on the bottom. Hudson's going to stay there too. It's a drag race to the line. Lap's going to get it, and Hudson will finish second here tonight. He will keep his points lead, but that lead has shrunk. The winner of the street stock race will not win here in the late models, 2/10 away. But Jaden Lapp in the 25 will get his first win here in Wednesday Night Lights history in the 25. As you see on the bumper, too fast. He was too fast for the competition here tonight. Great battles there at the very end. Slider after slider. And you can see that 25 burning it down. Conflict between drivers early on in this race. But Jaden Lapp will be the one that parks it up in victory lane. I don't know if he wants a word. I don't know if he wants an interview. We'll invite him up here on the stage. Okay, so he does not want an interview. We'll get up Ethan Hudson, and then we'll try to get up Hurley.
Good job.
Hudson, we heard it over the radio. You and Hurley kind of had a bit of a altercation earlier on in the race. Tell us kind of what happened from your perspective.
And it's just kind of annoying, you know. I mean, whenever you get parked on for, you know, trying to win double championships for $20, it kind of gets annoying at a point. And whenever the leader wrecks you on lap 5, going into 3 and 4, you can't really do much. I mean, got fed by Jaden and Arthur there, so it is what it is, I guess. If they want to feed people, I mean, we're racing for money here. I try to race as professionally as I can, even though I'm not really professional at this, but I try to race like I'm a professional. And whenever you start parking it on people, well, I mean, there's no need to start parking it on people when you're 5 laps into the race. So, watching the replay, it's right in front of my eyes. I mean, I got parked on by Jaden. So, it is what it is. Don't know why they got to race hard for 5 laps. 5 laps into the race, it just kind of gets frustrating whenever you're trying to do dual championships and get 20 bucks. So I don't know what the deal is. I guess we'll get them next week. 30 car, it felt good. Qualified good, was good all night, and then whenever you get parked on 5 times by the 44, you can't really do much. You saw what he did to Jaden. He about straight line Jaden going into 3 and 4. So you can't really do much whenever you got guys parking on you left and right. But good finish right there at the end. I knew Jaden. I knew we'd have a faster race car than Jaden at the end, which we did. We kept throwing him sliders and just couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. And we just walked away with second. So I knew he was going to burn this stuff up. I knew it was coming. He was ripping the top down the whole race, and I knew his tires were going to be gone. So I just kind of saved, and I was trying to get second, but you can't get second when you got idiots throwing haymakers at you and parking it on you. So it is what it is. I mean, I ain't gonna do nothing to him. I don't wreck him. Least I'll do is park it back on him. So I'm trying to race for money here and trying to get a championship, but you can't do it whenever people are parking it on you. And I was going to drive back around him, and whenever we was battling, he just decided to park it on me again and again and again. Especially early on the race, don't know what the 25 was thinking, parking it on me, going down in the tires. I don't know what the deal is, but it is what it is. Had a fast race car, probably had a number 1 race car, but you can't do anything whenever stuff like that happens.
Yeah, and I mean, I think you're still going to be in the points lead of the late models, but the gap has closed by quite a lot. Is there any extra preparation that you're going to take coming into the next race to try to rebuild that gap against Jaden?
Not really, just do the same thing we did this race. Just conserve at the beginning and try not to get parked on. Lima Land's a whole different animal. You just kind of elbows up on Lima Land. Didn't think it was going to get to the top as early as it did tonight, but I'm kind of mad that it did because once it got to the top, people just decided to start feeding right rears.
Yeah, and I mean, those last couple laps, you and Jaden fighting, you can hear me in the background talking about the points battle and all that. How much extra pressure does that add that you two are going at it for a championship, if not money?
Only time I was really getting nervous was right there at the end whenever we was throwing haymakers at each other. Me and him both had no tire left because we were driving it so hard, and I knew he didn't have tire left. He was getting sideways on the straightaway, so I know he had nothing left, and I hardly had anything left either. I was just trying to pass him because I knew he didn't have a lot of tire left. So Hart was starting the pump right there at the end, but if I want to get fed, if I want to got fed and the car maybe would have been in better condition and it would have been a little bit faster for us to beat him. Really was looking for a win, man. Trying to stretch that points lead out. I'm looking for. I know it's $10 for 1 point championship, but I'm looking for $20 there.
Yeah, and I mean, let's talk about your scheme here for a second. It's your dad's scheme. Did that add any extra pressure coming into this race, wanting to win with
Uh,
that car?
Kind of, man. I mean, I would have loved to win it. I went with my dad's car. He's the one who got me into all this stuff. And he's probably the reason I'm here on our racing today. So would have loved to win in this car, just one spot short. I know we had a car to win. Hopefully, I believe we'll have this car on next week if we race next week. Hopefully, we don't postpone, but should have this car on next week. I know I'm getting a new car made from iPaints. Don't know if it'll be done in time, but may have to run this car for Wednesday night lights. Hopefully, we can get a win in it, but that means a lot. Um, Hopefully next year I can get in and drive it and maybe make a few laps in it. And just can't thank our guys enough, really. Just kind of upset, kind of an upset. Never had a car to win it, but whenever you get held up by a second place car, nothing you can do. So can't thank our guys enough. That EPI, Loop Performance Industries, J&R, Frame and Body, the Bumper Man, Ballistics, one of our main sponsors on the real life car. He helps us a lot. 2-5 Graphics for the wrap, and just you've putting it on, and maybe we can have a little bit smarter drivers next week.
Thank you. That's the driver number 30, Ethan Hudson, second place today. Let's get the driver number 44 up. We heard Ethan Hudson talking with him under caution once. This is Arthur J. Hurley. driver number
Hey,
44.
hey, everybody on the all mad at. You were just racing pretty hard, and I didn't mean to park it on his nose, but I guess he took it in personal. It's gonna be good points, and I wasn't trying to hold him up for any reason. Um, I don't understand why he's saying I tried to do that on purpose or wrecked him. He had a fast car, but we were just racing hard, and can't really say anything about that. It just makes me laugh how mad he is about it. You know, I'm not trying to mean this any disrespect or anything, but
Yeah, and I mean, you hear him talking a lot about racing for money, and you're racing someone that's going for a championship, and the points battle is so close. Does that make you race him any differently?
no, it don't make me race anyone differently. I'm just there for laps, and if I'm in the points chase, then I'll be there for the points. But I don't know how far we're out from the points chase now that we missed a couple races due to my wheel being down. But if we could get a couple more points back and at least get us a third or maybe somehow sneak us by to get us a second place, it'll be a good one.
Yeah, and I mean, going back to the incident earlier with you and Ethan, I mean, would you just call that hard racing?
Well, yeah, we were going at it, throwing sliders, and I guess I don't know. I just parked on his nose too hard. I guess I didn't even mean to park it on his nose because on my end I had him clear. Then went to cross me under, and he came up with the track, and I had no time to react, hit the brakes or anything for him. So that's why we made a little bit of contact. So I guess he's really mad over that part too. So I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah, and I mean, it's hard racing in these late models. The reaction time has to be so fast in these things. Stuff like that's going to happen split second. Is there any type of preparation that you do other than just racing these things to, get ready in case of stuff like this does happen?
Well, I race in real life too, so some of that should come into play. But I don't know. I get wrecked every weekend in real life, so it hasn't been too good for there. But uh, some of that helps me here get better, and just helps me in the end run. But maybe I guess I gotta start being more like you know I don't know what it's called, like reactive or whatever it's called. Get my reactions up better so I could dodge him, I guess. So we don't have this complaining again. But yeah, that's all I really gotta say.
Yeah, and I mean, the track moved up to the high side pretty well. You think this had a really big part in what happened?
No, not really. I mean, the bottom was still kind of there, but you just had to run it perfectly right and not get all loose on exit. But the top was up.
Anything else you'd like to say or anyone else you'd like to thank before we
Uh,
move on?
Jaden Lab, Hudson, everyone back in the Discord over there, and that's really it. And you for hosting the races. We'll be back next week.
Thank you. That's the driver number 44, Arthur J. Hurley. Rounding out our interviews here tonight, it's the driver number 17. He performed really well in qualifying, had one incident in the race, brought out that late race caution. Chase Mazzowski. I mean, Chase, you were looking strong in practice into qualifying. Did that give you any hope coming into this race that you could be running up front?
Yeah, this is my first race back. I haven't raced dirt in a very long time, ever since the IDK player race. Um, I just bought Cedar Lake and I raced with y'all. I'm just trying to get used to it. I'm trying to get back into this because I've been out. I've just been chilling. I'm just trying to get back into this stuff. I want to get better. I want to try to compete for at least a championship. Last year or last season, I had a little bit of a run uh, with what's his face, Jacob Quill and stuff. I just wanted to thank my family. That's all, and you for hosting these races. I wanted to get back here and have some fun.
Yeah, and I mean, you talk about you're wanting to get back into it and stuff. You're racing up against real life drivers and, really, really good sim drivers. How much competitiveness does that add, and do you take any extra preparation knowing that?
I never knew, so I'm just been trying to like get better and better every day, practicing over and over again. I just ran the IDK player race last night, Chicago Street Race. Uh, I'm just I've just been trying, and I just want to get better at being competitive with these guys.
Yeah, and I mean you heard it kind of today. Ethan Hudson, Arthur J. Hurley, they made contact and stuff. Did you see any of that from your perspective?
Yes, I did. There's a lot of beating and banging. I had a little bit of fun with the number 44. We just been throwing haymakers at each other, and it was just fun. It was all fun, fun.
Yeah, and I mean you kind of hear what happens, and some of these guys really competitive. Whenever you say when I go up there and compete with these guys, does that add any concern in your mind if what I make a mistake and I make one of them mad?
Yeah, but I just want to try to prevent that by trying to race smarter and try to stay in the back a little bit more. Then later on, whenever they're trying to compete, I start coming up and trying to compete, but it's not looking good for me right now.
Yeah, and normally in racing, consistency is going to be key. Do you feel like that's what it is in dirt?
Yeah, well, you have to run your line and then you got to change your line from the different dirt packages from slick to perfect, like surface. You know what I mean? And it's just, I'm just trying to get better at that. I'm not really a dirt guy. I've just been doing concrete racing and stuff, but I just want to get into this dirt type of stuff and get better.
Yeah, and I mean, you said you want to get better next season. We're jumping up into the supers. Do you think you can handle them?
I've been doing a little bit of testing with supers, but I don't know how to make setups and stuff. I need some help from some people.
Yeah, and anyone else you'd like to thank or anything else you'd like to say before we go ahead and end the stream off?
I would like to congratulate what's his face, Jaden Lapp, winning this dirt late model race. Congrats to him. Ethan, you had a really nice run. Good job, man. You won the street stock race, and I hope you win two more championships along with that.
All right, that's Chase Modzowski, driver the number 17, wishing Ethan Hudson good luck in his championship run. And what a crazy night it has been here. Wednesday night lights, Cedar Lake. It's been a crazy one. Ethan Hudson winning your street stock race by 5 hundredths of a second, and Jaden Lapp winning your late model feature by 2 tenths of a second after slide job city in the last couple of laps. It's been a crazy one. A lot of media to come out of this one, a lot of news to come out of this one, a lot of anger to come out of this one. But sadly, Wednesday Night Lights has come to an end until next Wednesday. I'm Colton Boston, your main host and commentator, and we will see you next week at Lima Land, where the Street Stocks will end off their season. We will see if Ethan Hudson wins those $10, or will somebody steal it last minute? Who knows? We'll see you next Wednesday at Lima Land. After that, the late models will go to Eldora. But until then, we would like to wish you all a very good week. We will see you then.